You know what's heartbreaking about Chris Farley? The man who made millions of Americans laugh spent most of his life wondering if anyone would still love him once the laughter stopped. And when he died at just 33 years old, Hollywood didn't just lose a comedian. It lost one of the most unforgettable entertainers of a generation. If you watched Saturday Night Live in the early 90s, you remember Chris Farley, the wild energy, the fearless comedy, the guy who could crash through a table and have the whole country crying with laughter. But behind that larger-than-life personality was a man fighting battles almost nobody saw. Christopher Crosby Farley was born on February 15, 1964, into a big Irish Catholic family where laughter filled the house. From a young age, Chris learned something important. If he could make people laugh, people paid attention. After college, he joined Chicago's famous Second City Improv Theater, the same place that launched legends like John Belushi and Bill Murray. And in 1990, Saturday Night Live changed his life forever. For 5 incredible seasons, Chris Farley became comedy gold. His Matt Foley character, the screaming motivational speaker living in a van down by the river, became one of the most iconic sketches in SNL history. Then Hollywood came calling. Tommy Boy, Black Sheep, Beverly Hills Ninja. These movies weren't about fancy storytelling. People watched because Chris Farley brought pure joy to the screen. David Spade once said Chris could simply fall down and somehow make it the funniest thing you'd ever seen. That kind of talent can't be taught. But while America was laughing, Chris was hurting. He battled addiction for years: alcohol, drugs, food, trying to fill an emptiness that never seemed to go away. Friends said once the cameras stopped rolling, Chris became quiet and deeply insecure. At one point, he admitted, "I'm afraid when people stop laughing at me, they'll stop loving me." That sentence tells you everything. Chris idolized John Belushi, another brilliant comedian destroyed by addiction. Tragically, both men died at 33 years old. On December 18, 1997, Chris Farley was found dead in his Chicago apartment from a drug overdose. And maybe that's the saddest part of all. The man who spent his entire life making everyone else feel better never truly believed he was enough himself. But he was enough. More than enough. And for millions of people, Chris Farley will always be remembered as the big-hearted comedian who made the whole world laugh.